of the Elections Act. Here is 55B of the Elections Act. Postponement of elections by the Commission. Subsection 1. The Commission may, where a date has been appointed for holding an election, postpone the election in a constituency, county or ward, for such period as it may consider necessary, where A, there is reason to believe that a serious breach of peace is likely to occur if an election is held on that date. But Mr. Chebukati says that's not the reason. B, it is impossible to conduct the elections as a result of a natural disaster or other emergencies. He hasn't said it was because of the natural disaster or other emergencies. He doesn't say they were there. C, that there has been occurrence of an electoral malpractice of such a nature and gravity as to make it impossible for an election to proceed. A, B, C. None of these were applicable, but even if they were invoked, none of them were present in fact. But see what Mr. Chebukati had done. He had lied. He said that in section 55B, it is provided that they may postpone if it is impossible to conduct the elections, full stop. And when we look at Regulation 67, it's identical with the same conditions. Once again, he is lying. And there is not the slightest concern, for the values of Article 10 and the whole Constitution. This is two things here to watch, members of the court. Number one, that this is a person who is saying these things with impunity. This is a person who sets out the wrongdoing that he is practicing with mens rea. This is not a mistake. This is a very calculated, very calculated subversion of forethought. He plans this, does it on the last day, doesn't explain what those conditions are which make it impossible, and delays it. And then it does not matter to him that at least 2-3 million people in Mombasa County and Kakamega County have been deprived of their right to vote. That it is important and reversing that a presidential election has to be held on the days when the general election is held. This is how the mess that has brought 100, a full Supreme Court, here. Because this man, when you ask him these things, justifies it, knows that it is wrong, and puts it in an affidavit. And then says to us, you explain it. So, it is important not that we cannot rely on a single thing. This is a practiced artist of the destruction of our institutions. Because that is what happens. He did it in 2017. He was caught. when the court ordered him